This is the PlayArts Kai variant Iron Man. This was a birthday present to me from my brother because I gave him a whole list of stuff that he could have bought. But he's like, you know what? My brother, he really likes Iron Man. I think PlayArts Kais are really cool. I'm going to get him a PlayArts Kai Iron Man. And he did. And even though I expressed no interest in wanting this beforehand, I absolutely love this thing. And the reason why that intro sounds so rehearsed is because this is like the 4th time I've done it because my audio just wants to keep cutting out tonight. No idea why. I really need to get a different audio system. I tried a while ago, but I got way over my head and I couldn't invest that much money into it. So I need to like sort something else out. Seriously, guys, if you have decent microphone recommendations, let me know. I'm done with my audio recording app on my phone. I'm done with it. I'm so done. It just stops recording. Anyways, this is the PlayArts Kai Iron Man. This is my second PlayArts Kai. I just want to get this out of the way. This is one of the bigger ones. This guy, look at how big he is. This is like a 10-inch figure. And here it is with like the smaller PlayArts Kai Harley Quinn I have. Don't judge me. It's like my only sort of figure that's a little ooh la la. It's like my only one, except my DC Bombshells as well. I have 2 of those. Leave me alone, okay? I like this. I like the Nurse Harley design, and I like Arkham Asylum. Yeah, it's smaller. Kind of funny how they decided to change the scale for this entire toy line, kind of halfway through. But you know what? I don't mind it. This figure is amazing. I think PlayArts Kai is an awesome line, and I've kind of wanted to get more into it. I've kind of looked at the variant Venom as well. That looks really cool. And now that I have this, the War Machine that goes with it is on my radar. But yeah, before we even go into the accessories and anything else, I did not get the box with this, unfortunately. But let's just look at it. Let's just go over all the aesthetic, because this thing, aesthetically, is so Japanese. I love it. Like, he just screams, this is a Japanese design. It's so great. Look at that. Look at the angles. Look at the black and the red. I think that's black. Myself and my family, I kind of thought it could be dark red, but I think it's pretty much just black. Look at that. Look at all the weathering and all the chipping and the arc reactor and the silver eyes. And the helmet just looks so angry. Look at the details down the arms and all the chipping and the physical damage. I love that. Then just look at him all through and through. He's gorgeous. Look at all the detail and how it goes into red on the boots. Or not red, gray. It's gray on the boots. But he's got like red and gold in the thighs. He's got red in the abdomen. I just love the colors. I love kind of the asymmetry right there with that detail too. This guy is just, he's gorgeous. And you're going to be able to spend the rest of the review looking at those same details. But I just really need to highlight that real quick. So, let's... I mean, he just looks great. I love the colors. I love everything. He doesn't like standing too well on his own. Thankfully, he comes with a display base. My first time with the PlayArts Kai base. Very odd. You can see PlayArts action figures. See right there. Oh, PlayArts Kai. Yeah, it's got a little rotatey right there. This thing you untab and reposition depending on the height. So let's put it up by a couple. There we go. Then this, you can tighten and loosen the hinges and actually give you a tool to do that. Like you can see those hinges are kind of loose just because I like it. Just enough to kind of grip on. And they also loosen on their own, which is great. So yeah, you have that. That can also rotate, but I'm worried it's going to break. So yeah, you can just have him on the base, and you don't have to worry about him falling over because the base is enough to support him. Like, I'm not really worried about it. You know, granted, the claw needs to be tightened, but oh my gosh, that got really loose. Look at how loose that is now. It got loose on its own. Oh my gosh. We might as well show off how to tighten it, because I have a whole baggie of accessories he came with. Let's get into that. This baggie has been brought to you by Shore Fresh. You have this alternate clip that is smaller, so you can have a smaller clip if you want. You have that. And you have this tool. You get this little tool with the mold flashes still on it. Then you can use that to tighten the bolt. Even though it will loosen on its own, you can tighten the bolts. And I mean, especially if you get it in a position you like, you can just have them perma-tightened and so tight they're not going to move at all. But me personally, I like having a little bit of give. So now that they're tightened, you can have him really going on his waist. And now he's really not going anywhere. So that's a nice assurance in my opinion. It just kind of shows me, hey, he'll be okay. He won't fall over on his own and break. So other accessories. I don't think these even come out of the hand. You have hands with interesting repulsor effects. Normally they're not this big. Normally they're more beam-like and not explosion-like. But I don't even think these come out of the hands. I think they're actually affixed. Yeah, that's actually really cool. He does look really nice with these hands, I'm not gonna lie. Like, here, let's just get one in. Let's show you how to swap the hands. It's pretty easy. You just untab it. Untab. You mean, whatever, I can't do English anymore. And then you just slot it in. I'm not afraid of it breaking at all. You can see how thick that peg is. There we go. So he's got that. That's a really cool effect. You have that. And then you have... he's got those open hands he already had on him. And then you have fists as well. So you have this fist. And I mean, these look just as good, man. Look at all that detail. Remarkable. And that's pretty much it with the hands. You have 2 sets of the repulsor hands, by the way. You have 2 sets. But let's switch out the fist as well. Let's switch out his hands. So then, get the fist in. And that's looking sweet. I can see how people might not like that like that ball joint, but me personally, I don't mind how it looks. The ball jointed wrist. So there he goes, looking a little more action oriented, except his waist is still pretty straight. And then you have flames for his boots, which are really cool. So let's kind of see how that'll work. This might be a nightmare because I need to raise the stand. So let's raise it pretty much all the way up. I think we can go all the way up, can we? I think so. And then let's see if we can get... He's very clicky, I don't know if you noticed. See if we can get these boots with the thrusters in them. My brother, when he presented it to me, it was all loaded out with all the accessories I'm going to be putting on him right now. So you have that. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's on a hinge right there. I didn't even know that. Oh my gosh. That is sweet. I didn't even know he had like a brake flap on his leg. That is awesome. So yeah, he's got that. That is, wow, didn't even know. Didn't even know. I don't even know if my brother knew. And then, got that. Then let's get him back on the base. Alright. Yeah, he's kind of, I don't know if you can see, he's kind of balancing on that thruster right down there. Yeah, you can kind of see he's balancing. He's probably not going to keep him like this. So maybe let's not do that because this is just a review. But you can do that. And it looks nice and they fit in nice and snug. So you have that. And then you have these leg panels that can come off. This is why I keep this thumbnail long. Those can come off and you can replace them with these more open ones. And you're like, but J4, what shall I do with these more open panels, you may ask? Well, you can see they've kind of got like some missile detail in there. Here, let's replace both of them, because I've already taken both of them off. You get missiles! And you can take the missiles, have it look like they're coming out. They could be like flares. Usually Iron Man has like flares on his hips. But to me, they're like missiles. They look really cool. I really do love that. That is such a cool thing. Like if you want him fully, you know, blasting out, he's got those. And then, but honestly, I'm probably not going to display him with them most of the time because I like my Iron Man looking a little more sleek, especially with this design. I love how sleek it looks. And then, last but not least, you have these back panels, which they kind of do get a more firm grip the longer they're in there. But when you switch them out and put these back in, they're loose. It's so weird. Anyways, you can replace those with, trying to think which side it goes in. I think it fits in best on this side. You have the winglets, like the brake flaps. And look at the details on these, man. Just look at that. They're on hinges, too. Look at all that. Look at all the silvers and the different flaps and like a little piston right there. Wow. And like from the back, it just looks so cool. Oh, man. That's pretty much it with the accessories. You definitely get a pretty cool little arsenal. And I dig that a lot. So yeah, let's go over the articulation. Because this guy's pretty poseable. Let's get that out there because that's going to look kind of awkward. But I'll keep those winglets in because I need to show you that. So these are on kind of like almost Revoltech sort of joints. So they can move around in any way you want. And you can even have them folded down. If you want to keep them in there, but you don't really want to see them, you can have them folded down. But honestly, you should have them folded out if you have them on. That's kind of the whole point. You can kind of rotate them too if you don't like the angle. The neck, like, need I say more? It's just a ball joint paradise. You can move up, you can move down. He's got crazy neck articulation. The shoulders are very impressive. Very impressive. So without shifting them down, I mean, you still get like the full rotation and all that. But if you shift them down, you get them out, and it still looks really natural. The flow is so natural. Of course, there is not natural at all. But then you have a bicep swivel, and you can see how the hinge works. It's almost like another big old Revoltech joint in there. See how that works? It's so interesting. And then you have a kind of another big old joint right there that gives you a swivel. It's almost like another Revoltech joint, honestly. It's like one of those that pegs in on both sides. Then the wrist is basically like a Revoltech joint. You get all the range you really want out of that. Then the waist is, like, you can see a big old hinge in there. It is pretty freaking posable, man. He's got a pretty posable waist. See how much it tilts, how much it moves. Really impressive. And look at the candy red paint, too. Oh, my gosh. And then his hips, big old clicky joints. You can see how they work in there. They move out pretty much all the way. They move forward pretty nice. And he's got kind of a rubbery waist there, so you don't have to worry about that. He has a thigh swivel, I think. Yeah, he's kind of got like a thigh swivel, but it's not much. Very clicky knees. My brother was afraid they were going to break. But I think they're all right. They're just very clicky. And then you have kind of another universal ankle joint. And you can get some pretty good tilt out of that if you use it right. Oddly enough, though, I expected toes. No toes. Kind of something you'd expect with something like this. So, honestly, with how intricate this figure is, I think that's pretty much it. One big thing that really contributes to my videos lasting longer is how many comparisons I have to do. But there's really not much to compare this with. Like, it's kind of its own beast, you know? It's kind of its own thing. And that's a big reason why I love it. It's so unique to my Iron Man collection. Yet at the same time, it is just so remarkably awesome and Iron Man. Like, look at this. It's kind of like a Bleeding Edge and Marvel Now and freaking JoJo stand. It has JoJo proportions. Like, it almost looks like you would see it in, like, Golden Wind or something. Hey, maybe he is fighting gold because he has gold on him. Anyways, there we go. Here is Player Art Sky Iron Man. Absolutely blown away with this thing. By far one of my favorite figure acquisitions of the year. Thank you so much, mi hermano, for such an awesome birthday present. Did not see this coming. Very happy with it. I love it. And I love you. Aw, how tender. Alrighty, guys. There's Player Art Sky Iron Man. And I don't know if I mentioned in the thumbnail, he's folding his arms. He can, like, convincingly have his arms folded. Took a bit of effort, but he can even do that. I love this figure. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.